Well, welcome everybody to the Lincoln Military Housing event, a presentation that is hosted by the Washington State PTAC. And we're very, very happy to invite Lincoln Military Housing here to help us understand their organization, how they do business, what their mission is, and how we here at the PTAC and the local small business community can help them with their goals. Here's a little bit of an agenda. It's very informal, but we do want to give you a sense for what we have coming up in terms of presentation to you guys today. A little bit about the PTAC first. The PTAC, the Procurement Technical Assistance Center, the organization hosting the event today, is an organization that's been around since 1985 and was initiated as a part of the Department of Defense Authorization Act. We are here to support and help small businesses gain traction within government contracting and public sector contracting in the federal, state, and local levels. We are partially funded by the Defense Logistics Agency and the local Thurston County Economic Development Council, which holds the grant for the nationwide procurement technical assistance centers. PTAC Services, we are the core mission, or I would say our best feature that we have in terms of services is the one-on-one counseling that you can get from counselors that are all over the state. We're organized by region, by counties, and there's another slide on which one that may fit into that. This presentation will be available to you, so if you want it as a refresher for what PTAC services are, you'll have that after this. We also do a profile and marketing reviews to let you know how your business looks to procurement professionals as in the spaces that they find new businesses, everything from SAM to DSBS to a lot of other systems that you may or may not be familiar with. We have a really good a program by which we can help you put the best version of your company on those spaces. They also help with SAM registration, certification assistance. We have a bid match service that we provide, and we show you how to best market yourself to prime contractors for subcontracting opportunities. We have workshops and events like the one that we're hosting here now. We also do webinars. If you go to our website, which will be on the next slide, you'll see we have recorded webinars, as well as we allow our customers access to third-party training and resources. And then we also have our Alliance conference that we do once a year, in addition to articles and resources in our newsletter that you can sign up for. Here's where to find us. You'll have the contact information for myself. I am the Pierce County PTAC counselor, and some of the other regional counselors. All of their information is here. You can go to our website and sign up anytime as a client if you are not already a client. With that, we'll go ahead and turn it over to Sean at Lincoln Housing to begin their presentation.
Thanks, everyone. Good afternoon. With me on the line, I also have Genevieve Bola and Joe Movega. They are the support system, along with myself, for Lincoln Military Housing. I'll give you a quick overview of what Lincoln Military Housing is. Since 2001, Lincoln has worked closely with all levels of the armed services, creating new and vastly improved standard military housing. Today, we are proud to say that we have developed and or managed 36,000 military family homes across the country. Lincoln Military Housing proudly offers off and on-base housing at military installations across the country. And at each of our installations in our communities, it is our mission to provide military families and individuals the comfort and amenities that meet their needs to enhance their military living. Lincoln's mission statement is fantastic. It's definitely the way that we walk through all of our days, and it's to provide military families with exemplary service, quality home environment to provide employees with unparalleled opportunities for personal and professional development, and to provide our military partners with quality homes and vibrant neighborhoods. Our core values, close to home, balance, important, commitment, communication, empowerment, and integrity, along with respect. See, since 2002, we have partnered with Joint Base Lewis McChord to help military families live out their American dream. Sorry, my computer is not letting me grab this thing. Here we go. Military families to live out their American dream that they protect. Our ultimate goal is to create communities that set the highest standard for development and services. A home that our military families will love, and a community that they will feel a part of. Lewis McChord Communities has designed and built over 140 brand new homes and has meticulously renovated over 3,100 existing homes. We also feature 5 community centers that our families on Joint Base Lewis McChord can use for special events and community gatherings. A couple pictures of our neighborhoods. That's going to be Beechwood 2. So this is one of our multiplex homes. This is our historic neighborhood. That appears to be Greenwood or Broadmoor. And so these homes were built in 1940. So lots of can of worms when we open these up. They're fun. Good. All right, this is Clarkdale and Merriweather. Merriweather is one of our newer homes, our newer communities that we built. They built 140 homes, I believe, in 2018. Yeah, this is Evergreen Renovations and Greenwood non-historic homes and Eagle View. And Eagle View, you can see on the top right-hand side, that's a duplex home attached. So 2 families living in that same space there. It's great. Yes, and we have on the left top, that is a Heartwood renovation. That's in the Air Force side of our base. All right, and then on the top right, that's Olympic Grove. And on the left bottom is Parkway, which is another one of our homes that just missed the historic time. It was built in the 1950s, so it came out about 55, they built those homes. One of our newest communities, Stony Oak. It was a great project. Brand new homes.
Lewis McChord Communities has over 5,000 homes and serves E1 to 09 active duty service members and their families. LMC has renovated over 3,100 homes in addition to the 1,400 new homes and 5 community centers for the families to enjoy and use for special events. Lincoln Military Housing continues to focus long-term while modernizing homes with the goal of providing the military and their family a place to live that they are proud to call home. In the summer of 2020, Lincoln Military Housing commenced an extensive multi-year campaign to renovate the interiors of our homes. It will result in upgrading over 1,100 houses in the Heartwood, New Hillside, and Davis Hill neighborhoods. We've also outfitted 62 homes in Parkway with new washers and dryers and renovated laundry rooms. Unoccupied homes are available to new move-ins upon completion. There have been multiple exterior renovations, such as improving traffic flow and adding parking options in Greenwood, park improvements and converting carports to garages in Beechwood and Madigan, and new paving sidewalks, siding, and fencing at various communities throughout Joint Base Lewis McChord. When constructing or revitalizing a neighborhood, Lincoln Military Housing strives for a family-friendly sense of community. We are dedicated to providing our families with exemplary service in a quality home environment in an ideal setting for our families to call home.
That's great. Thank you so much for playing that. Renovations. Lincoln Military Housing has partnered with the U.S. Army and Construction Management on base housing. Joint Base Lewis McChord continues to deliver on its commitments to improving military housing. Has become a $71.12 million project at Joint Base Lewis McChord, impacting 429 homes in Davis Hill community. That was the end of the video that you saw, where we got to see the white cabinets and the marble countertops. So really coming along, changing the way that those homes look. This major renovation project began November 30th, 2020, and will be conducted over the next 6 years as a part of the long-term goal of renovating the legacy homes throughout the portfolio. All units will receive a significant renovation to the exterior and the interior. The interior layouts are being modified to enlarge the bathrooms and to create open floor plans. The exterior scope includes new siding and trim, conversions to from carports to garages, new windows and sliding glass doors, new light fixtures and front yard landscaping and hardscapes. The interior renovation will include new electrical panels, new wiring, new switches and plugs, new electrical fixtures, new plumbing water lines, new plumbing fixtures, air conditioning, which is nice, new cabinets and countertops, new appliances, new luxury vinyl plank flooring with baseboard trim and new window coverings. Construction projects and renovations. Let's see, additional projects LMH has in the works at JBLM include renovations in the historic brick community, improving traffic flow and adding parking options in Greenwood. The laundry room renovations on 62 homes in Parkway to provide each home with a new washer and dryer and a clean, safe space for that laundry room. Park improvements and converting carports to garages in Beechwood and Madigan. New paving, sidewalks, siding, fencing in various communities throughout JBLM. Some more pictures of our renovated homes. These are going to be the Hartwood and or the Davis Hill renovations. And there you go. Look at that bathroom. You've got the double sinks. It's great. His and hers. I think this is how it was Hartwood. The important part, becoming a vendor. Becoming our vendor. Let's see, Lincoln Military Housing is a property management company that hires contractors to perform certain maintenance and repairs, as well as provide parts and supplies for residential housing upkeep. We also support the administration of the housing function and support the quality of life of our residents in our communities. Therefore, we challenge all our vendor partners to understand our residents' particular needs and to be aware that the vendor is a partner in supporting our military families and ultimately those who serve America. Our procedure. Let's see. If you can do business in the demographic area of JBLM, we first encourage you to contact your on-site district manager and present your product or services. This is the most common and successful method to introducing you to Lincoln. If you wish, you may call a regional general maintenance office or the GMO and ask to speak with a regional property manager or a regional maintenance director. Finally, you may submit a written correspondence by fax or mail addressed to a regional maintenance office. Upon approval of the regional property manager or the regional maintenance director, you will be provided a link to the Lincoln vendor registry. At that time, you will be instructed on how to fulfill the following requirements. Provide vendor contact information, agree to the vendor insurance requirements, print and sign and fax the IRS Form W-9, and provide certificates of insurance. Maintenance. At JBLM, we have over 5,000 homes, a total of 24 different neighborhoods, each with their own unique quality and service needs. Our in-house maintenance team consists of 10 maintenance supervisors and about 65 maintenance technicians. We currently have a total of 30 approved vendors that we have partnered with to support us in servicing both occupied and vacant homes. Every year at JBLM, LMH turns about 2,500 to 3,000 homes for the families that PCS out to get them ready for the new incoming families. Occupied home services, services that we provide to our residents involving both in-house maintenance and vendor support. window replacements, roof repairs, abatements or remediations, drywall repairs, painting, cleaning, flooring installations or repairs, ranging anything from hardwoods to carpets, plumbing, HVAC, and electrical. Vacant home turn services. Let's see. 30 days prior to a family moving out, the district team performs a pre-inspection move out. During that inspection, our service manager completes a full assessment of the home. The purpose of this inspection is to identify any major needs or damages in the home that can help us to prepare and schedule any vendor for the work necessary to turn the home when it becomes vacant. Repairs in a vacant home are not limited to, because there's a lot. Let's see, drywall repairs, damaged door replacements, painting, flooring installs, roof repairs, window and siding and door replacements, cabinet repairs and replacements, cleaning of homes. This is a list of common items that we come across in some of our neighborhoods. These are the areas of support in which we are looking for small or large businesses. Vendors and trades. GCs, all GCs are welcome, general contractors. We're always looking for roofers, painters, concrete work, cleaners, flooring installers, electricians, HVAC is a big one, plumbers, window and glass replacement, carpentry work, abatement or remediation and restoration work. All right, facts and questions about becoming a vendor. Let's see, I would like to become a vendor for Lincoln Military Housing. What do I need to do? It's a good question. LMH has specific requirements to be a vendor. All vendors must agree to LMH's standards and business practices. They must also be screened by our team and properly insured. The process to becoming a vendor. All vendors must register with Registry Monitoring Insurance Services, or RMIS, LMH's vendor insurance and the document tracking system. Before they can be approved to work on site or off site, our on-site management team will send a request for you to register as a vendor. Once you have registered in RMIS and complete the requested items online, you'll be provided a vendor ID that is specific just to you. Let's see, what are the requested items for the registration process? Another good question. Let's see, they include contact information, the company's name, remittance address, phone, and fax numbers, a completed online W-9 IRS form, tax ID number, business and entity name, the names of the company and the principals to be screened, a signed vendor insurance requirement agreement, and an insurance agent contact information. Vendors also need a credit card to pay the annual compliance fee of $54.95 for offsite vendors or $92.50 for onsite vendors. What if I'm unable to complete some of the items in the registration process? Can I still be a vendor? If you are unable to complete any of the items in the registration process, you will not be a vendor for LMH. All vendors must pay the compliance fee, whether they are on-site or off-site. The fees are used to administer the VIRA, tax ID number validation, and the annual screening. Unfortunately, there are no exceptions. I have sent in everything and I am still waiting to become certified. Who do I follow up with? And how do I know where things are in the process? Good. After you complete the registration, you will be assigned your vendor ID. That is a unique ID just to you. Let's see, you can check the status of your certification anytime by logging into www.lincolnvendors.com and clicking on the check verification status link. You can also call RMIS at the provided number or log on to the vendor website and start a live chat with a representative. Lastly, you can always email RMIS directly at questions@registermonitoring.com. And as a reminder, please always provide your vendor ID when utilizing any of these means of communication. How long does the registration process take to be approved? From start to finish, it's about 20 minutes. However, there are certain processes that RMIS needs to validate your insurance. Additionally, because the insurance certificates must be received from the vendor's agent directly, the process can sometimes take longer. After all requirements are met and received by RMIS and the certification process is complete, The vendor's point of contact will receive a MSA, Master Service Agreement, via DocuSign to be executed by the vendor's principal contact when this will complete the process. What else do I need to know about LMH as a vendor? RMIS ensures that you are following the LMH's vendor requirements at all times. Additionally, RMIS will be advising you and your insurance agent 10 days prior to your insurance expiring for any potential lapses in coverage. If there is a lapse without your agent providing RMIS with a new certificate of insurance for renewal, you may not do work on LMH until you have provided RMIS with the proof that the insurance has been renewed. The property is also informed when a vendor's insurance expires. This makes it imperative that your agent sends in insurance information in a timely manner to avoid interruptions of the services. We definitely follow our COVID guidelines here. At this time, our vendors and team members are still required to wear a mask while in our offices and our residents' homes, regardless of their vaccination status. Please ensure your team members adhere to the following LMH guidelines. We require that all of your employees wear proper PPE to comply with OSD and CDC and local guidances, including but not limited to face coverings, gloves, and booties. Vendors, suppliers, or service partners may not send employees or representatives to our communities who are ill or exhibiting symptoms of illness. Should any of our employees or representatives who have been in the community for the past 14 days test positive for COVID-19, we request that you notify us the dates and the areas of the community where they may have been exposed. As we continue to emerge from this crisis, we sincerely appreciate your continued support, and we are grateful that we have strong partners like you to assist us with the appropriate response measures, prevent and spread the virus, and to keep the communities thriving. We ask that you continue to keep us informed of any impacts to your company or your workforce, including inventory delays, schedule modifications, services available, and the statuses of your supply chain. In this way, we can work collaboratively to avoid any unnecessary challenges you may have. If you have questions, please reach out to lincolnmilitary@lpsi.com. Visit our website for more information, lincolnmilitary.com. We also gave you another one. That's the Lincoln Military /who we are, become a vendor. And then there's 3 points of contact there. Danny Salgado is the regional maintenance director. I am Sean Ryan, the area maintenance director, and Joe's on the other side, and he's also an area maintenance director. Any 3 of us is a great point of contact. Thank you guys so much for having us today.
Okay. All right, so if anybody has any questions, go ahead and put those in the chat since we're going to take a few questions here. I had a few questions of my own that I will go ahead and get started, and maybe those that are on the line will weigh in. Right now, we don't have a ton of them, but my questions are, you talked a lot about services. Are you expecting those vendors to provide the parts and supplies that go along with the service, or do you have a separate system of supply for, say, if someone comes in to perform the service, you already have your own stocks?
Yeah, so generally we're going to ask that a vendor is going to be providing those items. So like if I'm asking them to do a bathroom fan upgrade, when they bid the job, they would bid for the part also. So they are going to provide the part, they're going to perform the work for time and materials. Sometimes though, depending on the situation, we will provide the part and we'll just only ask for the time that they're going to charge for the work that they're going to do.
Okay, so if they're doing a maintenance and it's, say, a plumbing thing, then they would be responsible for providing the items that needed to be replaced if they were just performing a maintenance versus doing an upgrade or renovation or something, correct?
Yeah, so I guess the best way I could think of that is like if they were a plumber and they came on and they were here to replace a shower valve for me, they would provide the shower valve unless for some reason their supply chain couldn't or they didn't have it. I needed the job done, then I would provide the part for them if I had it available.
Okay, all right, perfect. So we have a couple of questions that are coming in. Does the community centers have any pools or hot tubs?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, Yeah, they wish, I'm sure.
I know.
Another question is, what are the insurance amounts needed? That's a great question.
That is a great question. I'm actually going to have Genevieve answer that question. Let's see. Genevieve,
Thank you, Sean.
did you hear the question?
I heard the question. And
Did
so
you
for all of that information, we will direct them to our vendor records. All of that. So the email address is on there for them to reach out. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, what's that email address again?
It's, let's see here. We've got it right down. Last slide. They're going to go to, well, they can do lincolnmilitary.com, who we are, become a vendor.
That's correct.
Yep.
Okay.
Or they, once they start the process, they can always check with RMIS. And that they will explain the insurance needs then.
Okay, so I take it that the insurance needs are based on the industry and some other factors. That's why there's no set standard, correct?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, thank you. What type of insurance is needed other than general liability coverage? I think that question has just been answered, and you'll need to go to their vendor site and start that process, and they will inform you on what's needed based off of what you provide.
Correct.
Are there furnished units? What type of distributor supplying for those you stock, and what about blinds? Sorry.
Okay, we have no completely furnished units out here except for temporary homes that we use for a displaced resident. So if a resident if I need to do a major job in their home and it's going to take 2 weeks, we have a home that they can go to, a temporary house that's furnished. But other than that, all the homes are blankets. They're open.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. I offer junk removal services to include appliance removal and construction debris. What category would we fall under for vendors?
I'm not sure what actual vendor, what category. You would probably more be in the cleaners category, but that's definitely a service we are looking for. So whoever hit that up in the chat, send me an email.
Okay, awesome. Blinds or curtain services, can you elaborate?
So we don't do any curtains out here, and we are in the middle of a blind changeover to meet the state requirements to go cordless on the blinds. We have a blind depot that's basically attached to our building here, so we can order blinds on site. Okay,
and so the supply and installation of blinds is something that you handle internally. Is that what you're saying?
Basically, yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Okay.
I saw
Another
the hot tub question again.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
no
I
hot
think
tubs.
I think in our dreams that they have pools and hot tubs in individual homes, but
we're not in Arizona.
Yeah, okay, all right, great.
That's a good question. I know that you, sorry, Trina, I know that you service more than just JBLM. Are there any other bases that you know of that have community center pools or anything like that that Antoinette might be able to follow up on?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say that I don't know the answer to that question as far as like CPEN or some of our Southern California installations, but I would assume that when you start getting down into that hot areas, they probably have a community pool or something like that. And then remember, they're also on a military installation base. So what we have out here is we have the pools that are provided by the Army or the Air Force.
Yeah, I'm a former soldier, so the idea that there are pools and hot tubs anywhere probably would have saw me retired instead of getting out 3 years, but I digress. I'm not trying to make it about me. We have another great question. My business provides lawn service, cutting and edging only. Do I have to provide removal of debris, or is debris removal available?
No, unfortunately, if you take on landscaping services out here, you'll be responsible for removing the debris offsite.
Okay, awesome. So I have another question. Decks and railings, services or upgrades?
Yes, to all of those.
Yeah.
We're actually in the middle of recoding and dealing with a decking issue in one of our districts. So it happens, definitely. The rain out here causes lots of rot. So we're always constantly replacing trim and making sure that we have all of our safety issues addressed for railings and deckings also. Yep.
Okay. All right. Is there a list of the types of things that you at Lincoln Military Housing are more likely to do internally versus that you are most likely to contract out and need subcontractors for? Or was that list that you provided in the slide pretty much it?
The list in the slide is pretty much it, and it covers pretty much every services. The way that we want to think about it is, you know, we have 5,200 homes. So any services that you would provide to an individual owner, that's what we're asking, but we've got it times 5,200. So everything from trim replacements to cutting the grass, to trashing out the home, to replacing the flooring, to painting the walls, to doing sheetrock repairs, to reglazing tubs, to refinishing countertops.
Okay, but not hot tubs, right, Sean?
No hot tubs, not
Okay.
yet.
All right, well, I think we have a theme here.
2025.
What about move-in welcome baskets?
Oh, well, yes, we have done that in the past. I'm not sure kind of where we're going in the future for that, but that's a great question and what a great thought. It would be a nice thing as you moved in, you got a little starter basket, huh?
Absolutely.
That might be a service that if they could provide for us at the right price, we might be willing to do something like that.
Awesome. That's good. I like it. Thinking out of the box. So I had another question, and that was, do you guys, as a part of the onboarding process, also sponsor that vendor to come on base? I'm just want to get that question there, but it sounds like you probably did.
Yeah, so once they get through their RMS process, they'll actually get paperwork to get badged to be able to be a contractor on base. So they'll go through the badge process through the DOD, through JBLM, Army gates, and then that's how they'll get their badge.
Okay, is that another fee for them, or is that?
No, ma'am, no fee. That's just a process. It takes about 1 day.
Oh, awesome. Okay, well, my last question, and everybody that you know still has some questions that they're waiting on putting in there, please do that. My last question is, once you get assigned and you go through the process of becoming a vendor, how does work get assigned? Do you go in a queue and then your name just pops up in a lottery, or is it, I mean, how does that work, Sean?
Yeah, that's a great question. Once you are live in RMIS, basically either a regional maintenance director or one of us area maintenance directors are going to send out an email to every district and every manager, and we're going to let them know that, hey, we just had John's Lawn Service go live in RMIS. He's active and he's ready for work. What they're going to do is they're going to start sending you guys emails. So the email that you've established with us, that's where your work's going to come from. We're going to send an email and we're going to give you an address and what we need done. So if it's John's Lawn Service, we're going to say, hey, at 4265 Alpha, we need the front and the backyard mowed and we need everything needed. And we're going to say, you know, there's either going to be a set price for that we've come up with, or we're going to say, can you please bid the job? And then you'll provide us a bid and we'll approve the bid, issue you a PO. Once you have the PO, then the work can start.
Okay.
He performs the work. When he's done, he basically submits that bill with the PO attached to it. And then that's how the process will work for you to get paid.
Okay. All right. Is there, this is my last question, and I hope that anybody that's on the fence about asking a question, no matter what it is, will do so soon, is is there any kind of forecasting of the larger projects? Some small businesses have a regular system of how they do, you know, lawn service or whatever, but maybe thinking about becoming more of a landscaper and putting in new projects and stuff like that. Do you guys have any kind of a forecast or a list of forecast projects that may be coming up that people can look at and maybe consider bidding on on a larger sense?
Yeah, so when we get into construction services, like doing the big renovations, that's definitely handled before any of that starts. But as an individual vendor, they can, I've had vendors that have come on that started as cleaners and have turned into painters and, you know, have adjusted now to being maintenance technicians. So the services definitely can change depending on what the individual skill set is.
Okay.
I
But
don't
it doesn't
have
sound
a
like
running.
you guys publish anything forecasting wise, right?
No, right. Like, kind of what we went over is the big renovations that we're doing in Davis Hill and Hartwood, and the services that are needed for those. But I don't have like a 10-year plan. Here's everything that we're going to be working on. Like, hey, I'm going to be doing road services and for the next 3 years here, and I'm going to be doing a renovation here. What we went over, that's kind of where our big tickets are right now.
Okay, all right. We have another question here. What are your payment turnaround times and nuisances to job sign-offs once complete?
Net 30 is our pay. So we pay in a net 30 days. And then what was the second part of the question?
I'm not sure that I understand this. I think he's asking for what are the things or pet peeves or nuances to job sign-offs once complete. So if there's any particulars about that.
Okay, so like if you go and you do a job, we're going to come back, we're going to quality control your installation of a door or, you know, your paint job. And then once that quality control check has been done and you've basically been told, hey, you did a great job, you can move on to the next house. That's really the only like layer that has to happen, is the agent has to confirm the work has been completed. And then at that point, you already have your PO issued and you've completed the work. You'll respond in your email, the work has been completed, or you'll fill out the physical ticket that we give you when you pick the job up. And then at that point with your PO, you're able to go right into Vendor Cafe and start the payment process. So you can go in and say, job's completed, here's my PO, it attaches to the bid that you had, and then it pays out in 30 days.
And so what's the timeline in between them completing the work and them getting the sign off from the agent?
It's going to be at that moment. So when you're in a home and you're completed that painting job, you call your maintenance supervisor or whoever we've identified as your point of contact. He's going to come over, he's going to confirm the job's done that day. So while you're in the unit, generally, that's how we like it to happen.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, I think that, yeah, we just asked, he just answered that question. I think for the most part, all of the questions have been answered. If anybody has anything, last call for questions, but I really appreciate your presentation, Sean, you and Joe and Genevieve coming here today and helping us understand more about Lincoln Housing and how the community can support them and some of the needs that you have, and the supporting work that you do in helping our soldiers and our military community feel more at home here in the Pacific Northwest. So with that, Marnie, do you have any questions or anything?
I responded to one written question that the presentation and the video will be available hopefully later today, if not today, tomorrow. So all the attendees will be able to watch this again, be able to pull the links out of the PowerPoint and such soon. And some of the links I've posted into the chat as well. So if you weren't sure, the Become a Vendor link, it's in the chat. Grab it quick before we end.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Marnie. So I want to give one last plug to the PTAC for those of you that need to work on your marketing capabilities, that need to understand the registrations in general, specifically that need to talk with someone that can help you with your marketing plan and how your business looks to a vendor like Lincoln Military Housing. The PTAC counselor and their one-on-one service can absolutely help you with that. And I encourage you to reach out to them. So with that, Marnie and I thank you all for attending this PTAC event, and thank Military Housing for their wonderful information and their presentation.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.